Food! Oh, also related to baby, my wife and I had our first kind of like date night since Alistair's been born, which was like, because we've gone to a couple restaurants with like family and friends, but this was the first time it was like two of us, and this was the day I stayed home from work, and it was like, yeah, let's go out and use a gift certificate from our good friend Claire Johnson at a local place called Whistling Willy's, and the place always seemed packed on weekends, so we're going on a Tuesday night, and we're like, yeah, let's give this a try, see how this is. And I'll start by saying the food was fantastic, everything was wonderful. The only thing that kind of sucked was there was a gift certificate waiting there for us, and the waitress was like, I don't know where it is, and the owner came and talked to us. He's like, we wouldn't have it here, we would have mailed it to you. And it was like, okay, well, can you think of anywhere it might have been? Because our friend wouldn't lie about this, and she clearly said that, the person she talked to was just holding it here. And he's like, nope, sorry, do you want some cheesecake? And it's like, well, no, because my wife can't eat dairy. But, it was lovely food, just kind of annoying that we weren't able to use the gift certificate that kind of brought us there in the first place. Of course, our friend called up the day after and was like, yeah, actually, it was there. It was like right there in their office, and the person I was talking to found it immediately. So, A+ for food, B- for service or business acumen or whatever. But yeah, really good food, and it was really great to have a night out with Liz, and Alistair kind of slept the whole time while we were at the restaurant, and again, he loves driving, which is great, especially after hearing that like Leander does not handle, this is Danton, Liz's son, does not handle travel that well. It does make us feel a little bit better about some of the crazy late nights and some of the other things where we're like, are any other babies this difficult? To know that Alistair does travel really well, and that's something that we have going for us and making our lives a little bit easier. So yeah, baby thing. This kind of all goes in the baby section because of why we're doing it, but I thought I'd mention that we've been doing some stuff with Home Chef, which is one of those companies like Plated or Blue Apron or Fresh Living or some Fresh Direct, I don't know. No, that's like a grocery thing, but I can't remember if I've talked about this at all, but just wanted to mention briefly that this is a service that basically sends you the exact ingredients for, cooking specific meals, like all measured out in the exact portions, and it's kind of, somewhere in between going out to a restaurant and buying groceries and cooking something from scratch. So, it's the kind of thing that I kind of scoffed at first, like, oh, what a lazy rich person kind of thing to do. That's Sadie, by the way. And now that we gave it a trial run, it's actually really, really helpful for late nights or we're all tired and we just want to eat something that isn't pasta, and to just be like, okay, this requires like much, much less effort than planning something from scratch, from digging through the fridge, and it's actually not that expensive. We've been doing these $40 trial run kind of things, and so for $40 you're basically getting 6 meals, and they're pretty substantial meals. A couple of them have lasted me like a couple days. So that's been great. So Home Chef, I totally recommend it, especially if you do their trial run thing. We've had salmon, chicken, paella. These are actually things we haven't had yet. Flat iron steak, pomegranate glazed drumsticks, 5-spice turkey soup and salad. And sometimes, like the turkey soup thing, we'll just use the ingredients for other things or modify the recipe. Sticky sesame chicken, blackened salmon with avocado corn salsa, chimichurri sirloin steak, all good stuff. So I recommend that. Yeah, food, good thing. I give Home Chef 5 stars with a confidence of 3. Oh, and also kind of random about that, Liz actually worked for a company when we were in New York called Sweet Root, which was this, but only for people with like super specific dietary restrictions. And that was a stressful job because not only was this like a custom order, like specific meals for specific people with very specific dietary restrictions, but also they constantly wanted a variety and something new. And so it's like, what else can we make that follows a raw, caveman diet? So this is much better because obviously, it works for anyone, and we're able to put in dairy-free for Liz, dealing with Alistair, and, still get some great recipes. So good stuff.